Welcome to another video, A Walk with Phil. And today I'm in Harborne. Harborne is quite an affluent area of Birmingham, and it's often said that it's this is where the rich people come to shop in Harborne. Now, I haven't been to Harborne for quite some time, and so I don't know what it looks like these days. All I remember back in 10 years ago, there was plenty of little restaurants and plenty of coffee shops. So what we're going to do is see if they're still there and they haven't been turned into Turkish barbers. Anyway, let's go and have a look down the high street in Harborne. This is a busy part of Harborne. Just ahead of me to the left there is the high street. This is where I'll be taking you down. We're going to have a quick walk along the high street from the top right down to the bottom, see what we can see. I haven't been to Harborne for many a year. If I just pan you around here to just ahead of me, I think there was a pub there called the Duke of York, and just on the corner where all those fancy new apartments are, there used to be a pub there as well called the King's Head. It had an arson attack. Let me think, about 2015 when it got demolished. And then when it got demolished, it wasn't called the King's Head, it was called the Huntsman. Just a very interesting name of a road here called War Lane. Now this is Albert Road. The thing about Harborne is that there's quite a large mix of new and the old. Harborne has been a district of Birmingham now. Now on the high street, just to show you there ahead of me, there's a road there called Serpentine Road, and if you can see that white building just there, that was once a cinema. It was called the Picture House, and it opened in 1913. That's how long that building's been there. The Gorman took it over in 1928, but it closed in April of 1957 as a cinema. And the last film was A Town on Trial starring John Mills. It became a village social club. One thing I do remember of Harborne High Street is the amount of restaurants it had got. Does it still have lots of restaurants? Because Harborne's always been considered a little bit affluent. There's a few well-paid folk who live in this area. There's a particular person of interest to me was Johnny Giles, the former West Bromwich Albion manager. When he came back to manage the Albion for the second time in the 80s, I think he made his home here in Harborne. So yeah, John Giles does live in Harborne. One of the finest football players of his generation. He was a player manager of West Brom. You don't get many player managers these days, if at all. There's a few shops over there. We've got a laundrette and a cafe, or a cafe. I'm sure he's going to have its fair share of takeaways as well. Just ahead of me there, with all these fancy new apartments are now, it's all very swanky ahead of me. There was an old police station there once, it's all gone now of course. And this one here is called O'Neill's Pub to my right, and I think it used to be called the Vine. You can just see some old houses there, just lying back off the high street. Look quite old, don't they, those? And some more old looking shops here. Chinese takeaway and a convenience store. And this one here used to be a bank. Wouldn't know what it is now. It's got the name of Henry Wong on there now. Just to show you this place here, it's O'Neill's, but it was the Vine Public House. And this one here, of course, is the Royalty, a cinema. It's a grade 2 listed building, but to say a building is not strictly correct any longer, because there's only the facade really that's still standing, because it's been subjected to a couple of a couple of fires. Arson or not, I don't really know, but you can see it's a very poor site now. It was opened in 1930 and became part of the ABC circuit, but by 1963 it had become a bingo hall run by ABC, then Mecca and then Gala. It had a small fire in 2017, and then it had a much larger fire in 2018. But the thing was, back in about 2015 it was touted that they was going to get this cinema up and running again to become a cinema. But as I said, by 2017 the fire that it had then put paid to that, and by 2018 of course a much larger fire occurred, destroying most of the internals of the building. Yeah, because it's grade 2, that's why it's been standing here for so long, but there's talk now they're trying to get it some development, turn it into something which I'm not sure what they want to do with it really, but they're going to try and keep the facade. This is Greenfield Road, and this is a restaurant, Sabe. All the tables all laid out, look at all its glasses and knives and forks and I don't know. Anyway, these funeral directors have got some fancy properties, haven't they? That's Station Road down there. Now, I will take you down Station Road one of the days. Got a lot of history down Station Road. What with its Station Road, of course, means it once had a railway station. It's got an old school there. Look, but it was built around 1902. It was once called the Station Road School. Juniors, infants, and then a bit further down it would have the entrance to the railway station down there. There'd be a fire station, police station, and also a very famous toy factory called Chad Valley. So we'll have to go down there one of these fine days and have a look, see what's going on down there now. And we've got a whole row of terrace properties all along there, look. And we've got all these rather swanky modern apartments here to my right. We have St John's Harborne Church with its community cafe. We've got some whitewashed terrace properties there as well. We've got a very interesting building here to my left. As you can see, the words up there, the Masonic Hall, an 1870s build, but it's been a library since around 1892 now. Old road sign there on the wall, High Street. Just here's a pub to my right called the Junction, and there's a strange named restaurant over there called the Giggling Squid. Why do they have such ridiculous names? This is Albany Road, and just here we've got Waitrose. Yeah, and just here on the corner of Vivian Road is the junction, which yeah, is a pub. It's very ornate, isn't it? The Waitrose car park. There was all terrace properties all on that car park. Old properties, old houses. Just show you here. You know where this bike is here? By this zebra crossing. There was once a horse trough, apparently. It was here on this spot, a horse trough for the horses. Yeah. Long time ago. Oh, so Subway doesn't open any more. It's now to let. Not a good sign for an affluent high street, is it? We've come across our first nail salon. Nobody in. Yeah, there's a couple of shops over there. Well, there's 3 shops actually. It's shuttered. A mobile phone, Subway, tutor box. We have a more modern pub here called the Slug and Lettuce. It's been called that as long as I can. Well, the last time I came around here, 10 years ago. There's 1 or 2 coffee shops along here, which I would expect. Because we've got a Cafe Nero, and right next to that another cafe bar. A very upmarket clothes store there, Oliver Bonus. And there's our first Turkish barbers, look. Just there. And it occupies a very old looking building as well, doesn't it? Look. Is that gabled there? We've got our Turkish barber with its hot towel shave and its waxing. We've got another one there called Stylified Barber Station, and a vape bar next to that. There's a Chinese there. Jute's Pharmacy. Looks like Boots, doesn't it? There's a... what's that? Cafe Express. And a bank. So there's a... it's certainly got his fair share of coffee bars so far, hasn't it? And just a few doors down from those 2 Turkish barbers, we have yet another one here. Hair dyeing. Oh, this one does hair dyeing. A hot wax. It's got eyebrow threading. A face mask, a steam shave, and a hot towel shave. A face mask. And there's a pub there, the HARBORNE stores. Very old place. Very popular. Today is a Friday, so I'd expect quite a few folk around today, this morning. And already, again after 11 o'clock, we've got people in there supping beer. Well, I didn't see this one before. This is Waterstones, the bookshop here in Bull Street. And there's just bags and bags of rubbish all along the side. And there's the exit, if you like, of Station Road. We showed you Station Road earlier on. It formed like a crescent shape, and that's where we'll be going next time I come up here. And well, this wasn't this a stationery shop, I remember, but no, it's another one of those convenience stores that we've seen popping up and down the high streets. This place ahead of me used to be a school. And it's still preserved, and it's now called the schoolyard. We can have a look in there if we can. some modern 60s style shops over there. We've got another coffee store there, and oh look, just up the corner there's a barber shop. And old W.H. Smith is there, not for much longer. W.H. Smiths have decided they're going to pull out from the high streets up and down the country. And fancy bakers next door. Jewellers. Some rather interesting stores along there. I've just veered off the high street just to take you up here, called York Street. I'm going to show you some listed buildings. Harborne's got one or two. There's a lot of old properties along York Street. And these are the ones talking. Look. Number 35 and number 37. They were made listed in 1982. Grade 2 listed buildings. Early 19th century. Maybe 1830, 1840s. And not only those two properties there, but this one here at the end as well, look. Number 39 is also a grade 2 listed building. Listed on the same date in 1982. Just passing this house here is an interesting little box here with books in. Take one and keep it as long as you want. Outside this person's house. On the left as you come into York Street we have another pub called the White Horse. Looks a very old pub, doesn't it? Ostlers. And it does live music. Let's have a look at the schoolyard. It's got the Koiki Japanese kitchen and bar. And also says Boston Tea Party. And they do afternoon tea. Yeah, this was a school. Breakfast at the Boston Tea Party. There's the Japanese restaurant through there. Let's go out onto the courtyard where you can come out and eat and sit. There's a gym over there, looks, as well. A personal training studio. Look, see all these old school buildings, look. Got some fancy apartments just there. There you go. It's nice to see that they preserved the school and turned it into another use. Cafe and restaurant. Afternoon tea they do here, and it's £21.50. Afternoon teas ain't cheap, aren't they? Eh? Afternoon tea. A few cheese sandwiches and a pot of tea. And they usually chuck in some stale scones. Or is it scones? This shop's new as well since last time I came here. The cod scallops. The cod scallops. Play on words there, I think. There's a Lebanese coffee shop. And Greg's with their famous sausage rolls, which are generally never hot. People think, you know, when they put them in the cabinets, they think the cabinets are heated, but they're not, you know, it's just lit up. And so when they come out the oven, they're just cooling down in them cabinets. Most of the time I've had a sausage roll, how disappointed are you? They're never hot. There was a clothes shop here, I can't remember what it was. Can't remember the name of it. Was it Peacocks? All along here. But now it's town bargains, look. Those are all apartments as well, I believe. It's called HARBORNE House. I remember when I was working on those. It took forever to do them. Now what we got here? A Spanish bar and restaurant there, look. We've got another hairdresser's. The sign looks like it's a vegetarian shop, but look, doesn't look as though it's open. Most of it opens in the evening. Dentist in Iceland. I remember when Iceland used to be bijou. We got a few charity shops as well. Most towns have them. And we've got another coffee shop just over there. So mainly along the high street really is coffee shops and restaurants. This was an urban tea house, but that's closed down. A little play cafe here on the corner. There's quite a few in there. There's North Road. North Road, I believe, was once called Fish Lane. Looks like a very old house just down there. Look. Yeah, it used to be Fish Lane. And we got Vietnamese street food. Just there. That one there, where it's got the Vietnamese restaurant, was my favourite restaurant of all. It was called Cafe Rouge. And we've got Marks and Spencer's. You'd know you've got to have Marks and Spencer's here in Harborne. Anyway, what is Vietnamese street food? Any road up. Now look at the what we got. It looks like rice and noodles. You can't really see it very well because it's all reflected in there. Brisket, enoki and button mushrooms, creamy egg yolk in beef broth, £14.25. What on earth would that taste like, I wonder? All for all your vaping needs over there. And an acupuncture and acupressure clinic. Well, we're coming to the end of our little jaunt along the high street now. We've got some very... we saw all these fancy apartments. We've got some old terrace properties still here, look, with an air cellar. Just there, looks like a Greek one, George Yannis. And a very old pub just on the corner called the Plough of Harborne. I dare say there's a fair few pubs in Harborne that have all closed down, but it's good to see along the high street in particular. There's still a good half a dozen, all doing well, hopefully. Another famous one here, the Green Man, pub here on the corner, most recognisable of all. But this isn't the original. The original got bulldozed in around the 1938? And the new one was built not long after. So this is a 30s build. The Green Man. And well, I was going to say, well, why call the Green Man? But there's a bloke all tighted up there with his top hat, his green tunic, with his dog. Looks like he's going on a pheasant shoot. So we got Nursery Road just down there. And this is Metchley Lane here. And ahead of me is Harborne Road. Just down there, a very long road. Okay, so there we go. There we have our walk along the high street here in Harborne. Well, it weren't too bad, was it, I suppose? It looked busy enough. I mean, it's a Friday morning. Harborne still got quite a few people milling around the streets. Didn't look as though there was so many restaurants as they used to be, but they certainly still got plenty of those pubs along the high street, and the shops themselves looked busy. It didn't look too bad, and they'd still got the Waitrose and they'd still got the Marks and Spencers that I remember the last time I came along to Harborne. So I suppose it's it's still looking prosperous, but I dare say if you go and ask some of these shopkeepers, they'll probably say it ain't like it used to be. But as I say, nowhere is like it used to be anymore, is it? Anyway, so we'll leave it at that. If you like the video, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and hit the notification bell for new videos, and I'll see you on the next one.